science knowledge only adds to the excitement, the mystery, and the awe of a flower.
Evidence is evidence. It's public. Everybody can look at the evidence and assess it, and eventually, if there's enough evidence, come to the same conclusion.
The Chloe Sanctuary hopes to give you insight into the health and happiness of your companion parrots. We hope to help you build happy homes using reliable and proven tools. The best homes are built on a rock-solid foundation. And the best foundation for a happy home is the bedrock of science. When we stand on the shoulders of giants, the scientists who have worked long and diligently to understand our companions, we can reach new heights of understanding. And understanding is the key to success.
I think treated, most of these birds have a good prognosis, and I would say
What does avian veterinary medicine have to tell us about our feathered friends? How can the tools of behavior shaping make our homes happier for us and our companions?
Shake.
How can we deal with biting, screaming, or other misbehavior? What is it like to live among parrots? Let them roam around about you and share a life with them. How much freedom do you give them? What happens if you form a bond of trust with them? Watch and see what understanding their true nature can do for you. Come with us on a journey as we do more than examine a parrot's world. We live in it. Make some popcorn and bring in a few wood blocks. Let everyone have something to chew and a comfortable place to perch. Cockatude is a presentation of the Chloe Sanctuary for Parrots and Cockatoos, a nonprofit charity dedicated to the empowerment of captive parrots and public awareness.
Hi, and welcome to Cockatude, Cockatoos with Attitude, Episode 91, Dancing with Your Parrot, the Essence of Behavior. And this episode stems from a question that was asked on YouTube. A viewer basically asked whether or not you can use applied behavior analysis, the tools that Dr. Friedman taught me, whether you can use those to know what's going on inside their heads. Let me give you the exact question, okay? She said, I know she follows Dr. Friedman's direction, but I was wondering what your views are on how reliable this is. I love what she does, and I think it's fascinating. And the actual scientific proof, testing, and blind responses is impeccable. But as a parrot owner, do you think this gives us true insight into what our birds really think and feel? I would be interested in your thoughts. So, does it give insight into what these guys actually really think and feel? No, not at all. We don't know what they feel. We don't know what they think. It's quite possible they do think. They certainly react to situations in such a way it looks as if they're thinking. I'm fairly sure they have emotions as well. I say fairly sure because there's no way to know. We can't get inside their heads. We don't have a magic crystal ball to see inside our parrots. So we will never know their thoughts, their hopes, or their dreams. How often have we felt that we knew the inner thoughts of our human friends or family, only to realize later that we were dead wrong? Okay, I've been married 4 times, and I thought I knew what these people I was with were thinking. I'm not blaming them for anything, okay? Don't get that idea. I'm just saying I thought I knew what they were thinking and feeling, and I didn't. That's right, he says. You got another verse? You do. Good girl. Good girl, Peach. Good girl. You got another verse there. That's my girl. That's my girl. What a good girl you are. Here's a good example. After Christmas, If you go into most department stores, I mean, not that most of us don't buy from Amazon, department stores are going to be a thing of the past, but yeah, huge line, there's Bob. I can't bring him in. You should see his eyes. The second he comes into this room, his eyes get all like sparkling, like, I'm going to kill something. You know, it's sad. You put him in the aviary, you don't get that effect. But anyway, right after Christmas, you walk into the place and you see this huge line of people returning things. They're returning things that people were sure they would like. Okay? So we don't know what our own species is thinking or feeling. We have no idea what these guys, who are from a different evolutionary line, who are actually dinosaurs, living dinosaurs, we don't know what they're thinking. Okay? The inner workings of living beings are forever outside the boundaries of our skin. Okay? Having watched my mind in meditation now for quite a while, it's obvious to me that I don't even know my own mind. My mind rambles on, and I think most of ours do, ramble on like a babbling brook or a torrential waterfall. How powerless we feel to stop that cascade of thoughts. If you remember in Blazing Saddles, Henry Lamar says, Harvey Korman, right? He says, my mind is aglow with whirling transient nodes of thought, careening through a cosmic vapor of invention. And Taggart says, ditto. And Headley says, ditto? Ditto, you provincial putz? It's true that behavioral science is taking a turn away from the behaviorism of Skinner and those that have built on his work. What we do, applied behavior analysis, is built on the work of B.F. Skinner. His initial work focused on something a little different. Okay, now we're focusing on operant, what we call operant conditioning. And what that means is we teach these guys to make choices. They're the operator, okay? We're just giving signals. We're like, hey, back the truck up this way, move a little this way, move a little that way, and then of course we get the behavior from them that we want delivered. So why is it with one particular field they're not moving away from ABA, from applied behavior analysis? In fact, they're moving into it even more. And the reason is that with humans, we can use our new technologies. We have all these scanners, fMRIs, and other ways to see inside the human brain. And with the help of complex human responses in real time, with people answering back, we can begin to unravel some of the internal workings of the human mind. With animals, we can't ask them to explain how they feel. We can't ask them what motivates them or what they might think. They don't have the complex language skills needed to express themselves while they're under the watchful eye of these new technologies that we're using. Hi, I'm Don, the Executive Director of the Chloe Sanctuary and producer of Cockatude. I want to thank all of you for watching our videos. Pippa, are you having fun? You want to get up on the shoulder there, girl? I've been trying to come up with a way to provide higher quality videos and also reward our patrons. So now we have a paid account at Vimeo where we can post high quality, high resolution episodes. Right? Tell them all about it. Tell them all about it. Our patrons are the ones who are helping us pay for this upgrade, so only patrons will be able to see our new full episodes. Our YouTube videos will be about half as long as they were before. Pippa, the gang, and I would like to invite you to become a patron at patreon.com/Chloe Sanctuary. Just a single $1 an episode, we do 2 a month, will get you full access to these enhanced episodes. Right, Pippa? Yeah, Pippa agrees, yeah. Pippa's news, Peach's training tips, and
Cecil's Cool Stuff Found will only be on these new enhanced videos. Pippa wants you to know that she works very hard coming up with all the things for her segment, and she wants you to see them. She hopes you will join us on Patreon. Our patrons deserve the best, and we're hoping to give that to them with this new video platform. You can check out an example of the higher quality by going to chloesanctuary.org and clicking on the Cockatude tab on the top of the page. I also plan to upload video shorts on weeks where we don't do a new episode. There'll be lots of stuff inside the aviary, that kind of thing. Right, Pippa? Some behind the scenes stuff around here too, right? Beak trimming and stuff like that. Yeah, little stuff. So fly out to patreon.com/Chloe and join right now. We hope to see you there for the upcoming episode. Don't we, Pippa? Yeah, we do, don't we?
ABA focuses on behavior. That's something we can see, okay? Something we can carefully observe and use our observations to see the relationships between cause and effect, between behavior and consequence. As Dr. Friedman taught me, behavior is a function of its consequences. Another way of saying that is the result drives the action, okay? You go to work for a paycheck. It's the paycheck you're going to work for. Some people don't do that. They go to work because they enjoy what they're doing. The paycheck is not the primary thing they're going there for. Okay? Steve Jobs didn't go into Apple because he wanted a paycheck. All right? He had something he wanted to do. Okay? That's why some birds, like with Roman, you can offer him food. When he says, "I love you," sometimes he does want food, but in other cases, it almost looks as if he's looking at you like, "Don't you understand? I just want to be petted." From the observations, while we're looking, Laurel, are you having fun on top of the cabinet over there? From the observations, we can use the clearly defined tools of applied behavior analysis to help guide our student parrots, into making choices that are better for them and better for us. Okay? These are tried and proven methodologies used by professional animal trainers. Professionals don't train a dolphin to jump on command, okay? They encourage them to do an action by giving them cues, things, stimulus in their environment, in order to receive a desired result, okay? So if they want them to jump, they can either slap the water a certain way to give them a signal, or if they're looking at them, they can make hand signals, or they can make vocalizations. We can say something, give them a cue, and then we'll get the desired result. And then, of course, the dolphin comes over and says, "Give me the fish," right? "Give me the fish." That's not all they want. Sorry about the screaming Bob, but I can't do much about it. He is really happy these days. He gets to go in the aviary, but that won't happen until the temperature drops below 85 today. That'll be around 5 o'clock tonight, so. Are we having a little incident here? Are we getting a little bit too stimulated? If you've been at SeaWorld or another such aquatic theme park, you've seen them toss the fish, okay? Did you also notice that they clap the water or shout praise at them? Okay. Food fulfills an innate need, and praise is another type of reward. These trainers don't know the minds of the creatures they're working among. They don't know. Those minds can't be known. Professionals work in the dark. They understand behavior, the cues that lead to it, and the results that drive the behavior. Like small Megachiroptera, little brown bats. Little brown bats work in the dark, and behavior is their radar. Okay, so professionals work like little brown bats. You know, the little brown bats fly around and they use their radar to see what's in the world around them. We use behavior as our radar. Like Mia in Pulp Fiction, they invite creatures they work with to come out on the dance floor. Well done, Salamander. If I had light on you over there, we would see a huge plume of dust, wouldn't we? Yeah, I've seen that plume of dust. So they invite them to come out on the dance floor and make some moves, all right? We invite them to make their behaviors. From watching those dance steps, trainers learn the music that moves them, the heartbeat of their needs. And when I say needs, the results they're looking for, okay? I don't know what Pippa feels like she needs. I don't know what Cause feels like Cause needs, or Lucy, all right? But I can tell by their behavior the results they're pushing towards, okay? Yet, like Wallace's wife in that same movie, they never truly see into the heart and mind of their dance partner, okay? They match the rhythm of the moves, they lead where they can, and they always try to stay in sync with their partner. Thinking that you can know the mind of others can lead to delusions that will send you in the wrong direction. Like Mia, in that movie, you may face a rude awakening. It might not be an adrenaline shot injected directly into your heart. Did I wake you up there? But it may hurt just as much. All we can do is learn the dance moves, follow the beat of behavior and consequence, and lead where we can. ABA teaches us how to dance like Uma Thurman, to find dance partners, and win the prize. Better behavior and a happier life for bird and human alike. Do you think that I know Chloe? Snowball, Peaches, Coco, and all the rest? I don't. I know how to dance the behavior dance, how to watch their moves, their physical bodies in motion, and find the beat. Now, it's true that I sometimes find myself thinking that I know them. You know, we all do that. Just like we think we know our friends, right? The human mind imagines these things. We don't see them for what they are. I don't see them for what they are. What I see is an ever-changing series of behaviors, like Mia and Vincent moving to the beats of different songs, some slow, some fast, some soft, some hard. There's nothing for me to grasp there in that ever-changing dance of life. If you try to hold on to something, if you say, I love the way Coco is right now, the way she acts, then if you're totally fixated on that, you're going to be unhappy because it's going to change. Nothing. We all know it. I mean, we know down in our hearts, I should say not in our hearts, but we know intellectually that everything changes. You get a new car, then it gets scratches, then it gets old, and eventually you're like, I'm getting rid of this, you get another one. We know this. We just act like we don't. We act like we're never going to get old. We act like our birds are never going to change. We act like our relatives are never going to change. Our close friends are never going to change. But everything changes. So what we're looking at is behavior, and behavior is a series of changes, kind of like frames in a movie, okay? And you can't hold on to one, because if you try to hold on to a particular bird the way it is, it's not going to be that way. A year from now, Pippa will not be the same as she is today. Tomorrow, she won't be exactly the same. We don't know what moods they go through, but it's obvious there are times when they're moody. You know, sometimes they want food, sometimes they want attention. There's a good analogy in Plato's Cave. I don't know how many of you have read Plato's Republic, but in Plato's Cave, he describes a scene where people are sitting in a cave, okay, and they're chained to chairs, and they can't turn their heads. Their heads are locked in where they can't turn them, okay? And behind them, there's a whole bunch of candles, and in front of those candles, between the person and the candles, there's a walkway, and people are walking behind them and silently in a long procession. Now, everybody in the chairs sees only the shadows of those moving behind them. They see those shadows, and they think that's the real world. So one day, somebody comes along and frees one of the people in the chair. Okay? And that person tries to explain to the other people who are, you know, they're chained down. He tries to explain to his former companions, there's a different world out here. And that's kind of like a tortoise trying to explain dry land to a fish.
Peaches is an amazing personality. Her daily maintenance requires dedication and mindfulness. She requires 2 forms of medicine, 7-course meals, and effort to entice her to eat. Extensive preening every day, special tools to trim nails, constant attention to her vocalizations, daily walks, and twice yearly checkups due to the possibility of impacted feather follicles and the nature of her spinal injuries. It seems a common misconception among the general public that parrots are like toys in a toy box. Nothing could be further from the truth. They are complex creatures. Recently, scientific studies have shown them to be at least as intelligent as chimpanzees. Every captive parrot needs special humans who will dedicate themselves to understanding them, those who know their species as it lives in the wild. Special people that understand their social, mental, and physical needs. They need to be understood for what they are, and not as merely human companions, as circus performers to bring smiles. Peaches needs all this and more. She is our special girl. Will you help us care for Peaches? Please make a donation today at our website, chloesanctuary.org. That's spelled CHLOESANCTUARY.org. As a special thank you for your donation, we will joyfully send you a postcard with Peach's happy face.
All we see is the shadows of our companions, their behavior. Yet that's enough if you use applied behavior analysis. And besides, isn't the mystery wonderful? Would we actually want to know who or what they truly are? That would take some of the mystery away. That would be like finding out how David Copperfield made the Statue of Liberty disappear. That would take all the joy out of it. So we dance the dance of shadows. Behavior is a function of its consequences. Results drive behavior. The mystery of their inner selves remains beyond our knowing. Awe-inspiring and thrilling, but we can dance. So many have told me that it's too hard to learn ABA. They don't have the time. Friedrich Nietzsche, the German philosopher, said, "And those who were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear the music." You don't hear the music, so you see no way to dance. He also said, "We should consider every day lost on which we have not danced at least once." It's not that hard to learn the basics of ABA. The hardest part is learning to hear the music and stop staring at the shadows. The music is behavior, the shadows are our preconceived notions. We think ourselves surrounded by familiar statues. The statue of Lucy, the statue of Pippa, the statue of Cause, the statue of Peaches. Yes, Peaches. when in reality, there are rivers of moving, ever-flowing, changing living beings. Once you catch on to that, it's pretty easy to start working to change behavior. So our first goal is to stop making statues. Stop labeling behavior as fixed and immutable stone. It's not. Those are just shadows on the wall. Embrace change. When you stop grasping at shadows, you will begin to understand why the tools of ABA work. Coco isn't happy. She isn't sad. How can I know that? I can see that her eyelids are round. Her feathers are tight against her body. Now her eyes are kind of, see, they were round, now they're kind of like sleepy. Now here's the thing, and I'm going to go into this a little bit more detail for the patrons in the full episode, but if you can just sit and look at your bird and think of all kinds of alternates, different things that something could mean. Is she sleepy? Is she bored? Is she, do her eyes hurt? Is there too much light in the room causing her to close her eyes? You just go on. Try to come up with 100 different things it could mean. Now, all this will help you stop getting stuck in the, I think she's doing this. I think this is what this means, because that's a trap. It's like a bear trap. Once you get your foot in that trap, you're stuck. And if something goes wrong, you're caught in the trap. You can't get out. This is why you need to change your frame of reference. So, now I know, I've been around her a long time. I know 9 times out of 10 when she's doing that, she's just tired. But she's kind of getting sleepy. Now, if I were to take her and hold her, and then bob my hand, normally when she's got her eyes like that, she's closing her eyes and they're partially closed. If you try to bob her up and down, she's not going to throw her wings out and scream and have, hey! She's not going to do any of that. She'll pull her wings in and her eyelids will narrow and she'll lower her head saying, don't do that. That's my interpretation. But don't eat the paper up there, okay? That's for the printer. Thank you, Lorelei. I learned that those particular behaviors guide me to behave in a certain way around her. This is her body language, and it can lead me to put her on a perch or take her to her cage or wherever her eyes guide me. Because pretty much these birds, when I pick them up, they'll put their eyes where they want to go. I will follow the river of that behavior until I find where it leads. The mystery that is Coco remains. But I have my behaviorist radar, and I can dance the shaping dance. So who wants to say goodbye? You guys have been so quiet. Here, Lucy, you want to say goodbye to the people? Do you? You want to say goodbye to the people? Lucy's going to tell you, please become a patron. Go to patreon.com/Chloe Sanctuary and sign up to be a patron. $1 an episode. We do 2 a month. And you'll get the full version with no commercials in high resolution. Yeah. And you'll be amongst that elite group of people we call our patrons, who care about us enough to make sure that we have the funds to take care of our birds and to do these videos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. We welcome your feedback on our videos. We look forward to your insights, tips, questions, stories, and pictures. You can email us at cockatude@chloesanctuary.org, reach us on Twitter @Chloe Sanctuary, and join with us on our Facebook Chloe Sanctuary page.
to science knowledge only adds to the excitement, the mystery, and the awe of a flower.